I mean, the end of my street is the green line. So I remember men and young boys coming from the same neighborhood and filling bags with that sand to create the green line in 63 in my street. I remember I felt awkward to play in the street because at the end of the street was a barricade. And so any uh, bullet could come through and I could get killed or wounded. So I didn't want to play in the street anymore. It's like a block which limits you, uh, which limits not just you but the whole communities. It's like a stumbling block and it's like very outdated because since you can cross, there are leaks and holes that you can cross and you can see, you can be on both sides. What's important is what it represents. It also represents the block in the mentality of the Cypriots. Unless we demolish the block in the minds, in the mentality of Turkish Cypriots, Greek Cypriots, Armenian Cypriots, Maronite Cypriots, we can't have peace on this island. We need to demolish the wall within the minds, and we need to demolish the partition line.
I think, the green line is strange for me because it makes me feel sad, but at the same time, I think it's kind of like a source of inspiration for a lot of things. So much poetry has been written about it, about the buffer zone, the dead zone. In Turkish, it translates as the interim zone. I mean, this space that has all these different names. Somebody said to me recently, but it's not the dead zone. There are living things in there. I mean, okay, sure, if you want to think of it that way. I mean, it's weird because there are all these different terms for it, and each of us calls it something different as well. But even for me, because I'm also, I belong to a kind of like a photography club, let's call it. We have a Facebook page called Old Nicosia Revealed, where we take pictures of loads of different things, basically. But for me, the buffer zone is interesting for me because there are a lot of abandoned houses and things that kind of show the way life once was. If we think about, okay, Varosha is not the buffer zone, but it's kind of in a no-go area. I mean, if we think about that space, you're looking at these houses that were built like 50s, 60s, early 70s, even before that. And these are places that tell a story. Next to the Ayos Gomedios checkpoint, for example, if you walk the green line there, you can see, I think, several houses within the buffer zone, which for me are fascinating because, people lived there once upon a time, but now we're living on this side, new houses have been built, and, for example, I can't go into that area, I can't go into that house, I can't, find out who lived there.